21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Where's this? 3361? How was he shot? How many hold-up men? Just one.
You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through.
Which way he went?
You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from now until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right. You just stay there. Yes, sir, that's right. Just stay there. You'll have assistance immediately. Yes, sir, right away.
21st Precinct. Brought to you transcribed by Plymouth, with an invitation for you to see the big, bright, beautiful new 1954 Plymouth coming Thursday.
21st Precinct. Just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between 5th Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is my job. My job and the job of the 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st.
Now to 21st Precinct and Captain Frank Kennelly.
Although the East River is one of its boundaries, the 21st is not, in the technical sense, a waterfront precinct. Most of our waterfront is park and parkway. The few docks are confined to the unloading of fuel intended for various power plants and the loading of garbage scows by the Department of Sanitation. But a waterfront emergency is a citywide emergency, and although I was scheduled to be off duty, I came directly from a meeting of all commanding officers in the lineup room at Police Headquarters, 240 Center Street, to the 21st. It was 10:45 p.m. when I walked into the muster room. Sergeant Klein was on duty on the telephone switchboard. Lieutenant Gorman was desk officer. Oh, hello, Captain. Sergeant. How was doing, Lieutenant?
Pretty quiet tour, Captain.
Keep your fingers crossed for me, will you, Captain?
Why, Sergeant?
He heard that the commissioner is making 5 captains, 12 lieutenants, and 23 sergeants tomorrow.
Where'd you hear that? A friend of mine in the chief clerk's office. I hope it's 12 lieutenants. I'm number 11 on the list. Just my luck, you only make 10.
Then you'll be number 1 on the list. That's an honor in itself.
Well, worry about it tomorrow, Sergeant. We've got other problems tonight. The emergency chart is going in. The waterfront situation? Yeah. There'll be an order coming through any minute now. You better get out the emergency call cards. Yes, sir. We'll be going on 2 platoons, 12 on and 12 off. That could be it. That is it.
Here, the UF-73 card.
How many notifications have we got to make?
38, Captain.
All right. Get the sector cars in here to distribute them to the men on post. We'll dismiss the 3rd platoon at midnight with instruction to return to duty at noon.
Yes, sir.
We'll turn out the 1st platoon at midnight, and they'll patrol until noon. Members of the 2nd platoon will be held in reserve here at the house until we get instructions regarding what precinct they're to be temporarily assigned to.
Yes, sir.
Oh, excuse me. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Klein. Where's this? 3361? How was he shot? How many? Just one? Where'd he go? Where? All right. There'll be assistance there right away. Robbery and shooting, Captain. Okay, get a car to take me there. Yes, sir. Hello, CB. Sergeant Klein at the 21st. At 3361 Lexington Avenue. Now, as well as the citywide emergency, there was an emergency within my own precinct. The Communications Bureau dispatched Sector Cars 3 and 4 to the scene of the shooting and sent an ambulance from Metropolitan Hospital. Sergeant Klein on TS, as he was required in such cases, notified the 21st Detective Squad. He was told that Lieutenant Matt King, commander of the 21st Squad, was on patrol with 2 detectives and had undoubtedly responded to the radio signal. While I waited for Sector Car number 1 to come by the station house for me, I gave my instructions regarding the distribution of the UF-73s to the 38 members of the force residing in the 21st. These notification to report cards would be given to the sector men and men on post for delivery to the homes of members of the force attached to other commands. A car came by and drove me to the scene of the robbery and shooting, a small all-night luncheonette. Despite the lateness of the hour, a considerable crowd had been attracted by the presence of 3 police cars and an ambulance.
Come in, Captain.
we got, Sergeant?
A stick-up. One man. He shot and killed the counterman. The victim's name is Vantella, Louis A. The hold-up man went around behind the counter to get the money. Vantella started to fight with him. 2 shots and he fell. He was dead when the ambulance got here. I notified the ME. He's on his way. After he shot him, the stick-up man threw the gun down, ran out. There it lays.
Who are those people Lieutenant King is talking to?
Witnesses, Captain. They were in the place when it happened, the 3 of them. The lieutenant was out on patrol and heard the radio call.
Yeah. Well, you don't need all of these men here, Sergeant. Get some of them back on patrol. The emergency chart is in effect at midnight, and notifications have been made.
Yes, sir. Sector car number 3, white.
All I'm asking you to do is tell them... Oh, hello, Captain. Man?
Are you a captain? Is a captain higher than a lieutenant?
Yeah.
I make a perfectly straightforward statement, Captain, and this lieutenant won't believe me.
Now, Sarah, dear.
Don't Sarah me.
We'll go over it again in a minute, Mrs. Tressiter. If you just sit down in that booth for a minute.
Well, that's the way it is.
Sarah, please.
A lot of thanks you get for your cooperation.
How many witnesses were there, Matt? That's Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter and that fellow there. Mm-hmm. Did you talk to him? I'm afraid he's not in a talking condition, Captain. You think you can tell me your name now, mister?
What's my name got to do with it? All I want is another cup of coffee. Black. That's all I want.
What's your name?
My name is Arthur J. Bookham. The J, believe it or not, is for January. Yeah, that's right. I was born in January, so my mother...
Did you see what occurred here tonight?
Yeah, what?
Did you see what occurred here tonight?
Yes and no. No and yes, that is. All I wanted was a cup of coffee, black.
All right, Mr. Bookham, just sit here a minute. Well, he's going to be a big help.
Now, where's my
Yeah,
coffee?
he sure is. All right, Mrs. Tressiter, now we can talk.
It's certainly about time.
Sarah.
I told you not to Sarah me.
Now, Mr. Tressiter, how old would you say this man was?
Oh, I couldn't say exactly. Somewhere between 25 and 35.
Closer to 25.
You told me he was 5'8" or 9 inches tall.
Who told you that? Not me. I distinctly said he was at least 6 feet. My husband said he was 5'8" or 9.
That's all he was, Sarah.
He was 6 feet if he was an inch.
He weighed about 160.
I couldn't say what he weighed. I'm not judge of that.
About 160.
Blonde hair.
Yes, sort of balding, very thin on top.
Oh, Sarah, it was my impression he had a full head of hair.
Where'd you get that impression?
Well, I saw him. Well, when he went behind the counter, he wasn't that far from me.
He was balding. I made a distinct point of remembering.
But
Well, we'll
Sarah...
get it straightened out, folks. Let's not worry about that point now.
Matt, can I see you for a minute?
Yeah, sure, Captain.
When I say he was balding, why?
The victim is going to be more help.
Listen, Matt. You know the emergency chart is in.
Yes, I heard.
We've got about 40 notifications to make. Wouldn't hurt you any here if I pulled off Sergeant Collins and his operator and got them back on patrol. That'll leave you 2 of my men. All right?
Sure, that's fine, Captain.
Good. Well, looks like you've got a rough job here, Matt. Those witnesses aren't going to be much help.
No, sir, not much. At least they agree on one thing. With a man.
Before I left, 2 detectives from Manhattan East Homicide arrived to aid the 21st Squad in their investigation. Also on hand in another few minutes were an assistant district attorney, a deputy medical examiner, fingerprint and ballistics experts from the police laboratory, and a police photographer. The investigation was well underway when I was called to a meeting at division headquarters. At 2:40, I returned to the 21st and went on patrol. When I returned to the station house, I went to sleep on the couch in my office. At 7:30, the attendant woke me up according to instructions I had left. Brought in a cup of black coffee from the sergeant's locker room and the morning papers. The 2 tabloids played the homicide very big. I drank the coffee, then I went to the washstand to shave. Come in.
Morning, Captain.
Oh, Matt. You get any place with your witnesses?
Oh, hardly any place at all. Mr. Arthur J. for January Bookham never was any help, and Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter are awfully confused.
Oh, sorry, Matt. What'd you say?
I said Bookham never was any help.
Huh?
By the time we got a straight story out of Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter, it was too late to take them downtown to BCI to look at mugs. They're coming in today, all of them.
Well, how about fingerprints on the gun?
Well, no fingerprints that could help us, but there might be something to the gun.
Yeah?
It was purchased and registered by a machine shop in Yonkers. The night watchman is a retired cop. He carried it on the job. The gun was stolen out of his locker last week.
Any idea who stole it?
Yes, sir. A fellow quit his job in the shop that same day. A fellow named Joe Arridge. He's the one I'd like to talk to.
Any reason outside of the fact that he quit his job?
Yes, sir. He did a bit once before for armed robbery.
Oh, that sounds good, man. You, got an address on him?
We've got an address, Captain, but he's not there. Hasn't been for a week.
Excuse me. 21st Precinct, Captain Kennelly.
Sergeant Klein on TS, Captain.
Yes, Sergeant.
There's a man calling in who insists on talking to you. Says it's very important, but he won't give his name.
Well, what's it about? Would he say that?
I'll suggest that it's very important. And he won't talk to anyone else.
All right, Sergeant, put him on.
Yes. Go ahead.
This is Captain Kennelly.
Are you captain of the precinct?
That's right.
Are you sure?
I told you I was. What is it you want?
I want to give myself up. I killed that restaurant man last night.
What's your name?
Oh, no. You let me do the talking.
All right, you do the talking. Matt, get on it. Okay, Captain. Where are you now, mister?
Never mind where I am now.
You said you wanted to give yourself up.
You go to Central Park and sit on the bench that faces 64th Street, outside the walls,
Where? On Central Park West or on Fifth Avenue?
on Fifth Avenue. You sit on the bench that looks down 64th Street.
And?
And I'll meet you there in an hour and give myself up.
Yes, but listen,
No, I won't listen. If you want me to give myself up, you be there. And be there yourself. I know who you are.
Hello. Hello.
We couldn't even get started, Captain.
Well, I tried to keep him on the phone. Who was it? The man says he's the killer. Wants to give himself up. I have to meet him in an hour.
Well, that's the way it goes. You can break your back on these things when they walk in the front door.
What difference does it make, man? As long as they walk in. You know, there's very little that surprises a police officer. If a man calls in and says he's a killer, you believe him until you learn differently. I was on the bench facing 64th Street just outside the Central Park wall 5 minutes early. Lieutenant Matt King had planted detectives behind the wall in automobiles on both 5th Avenue and 64th Street and on the sidewalk. The weather was fair, the street full of strollers. I watched the approach of every pedestrian coming from either direction. They all passed. Finally, a carelessly dressed and hatless man who looked in his middle 30s turned off the walk and came toward the bench.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you mind if I share this bench?
Well,
If you're that captain, I'm the man you're waiting for.
oh?
May I?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Thank you. Beautiful day. Just beautiful. But I still want to give myself up. I couldn't sleep a wink last night. My conscience. To think of that helpless soul lying in a pool of blood.
What's your name?
My name is Audley. Selwyn Audley. I don't know how I could have done it. I came from such a fine old family. It must have been a compulsive reaction.
What did you do with the knife?
What knife?
The knife you stabbed him with.
Oh, that knife. I threw it down the sewer. I don't remember where. I haven't any idea.
You remember how many times you stabbed him?
Several times. Again and again and again and again. I don't know.
You should remember.
Who are you waving to, please?
Oh, just some friends of mine.
I stabbed him again and again and again. I was covered with blood from head to foot. Everything okay, Captain?
Yeah, just fine.
How do you do?
Matt, this is Mr. Selwyn Audley.
How are you?
He says he stabbed that counterman to death.
In cold blood. I belong in jail.
Oh? Well, we have a nice jail for you, Mr. Audley.
You do?
Of course.
I know where you're sending me. You're not sending me to jail. You're sending me to Bellevue.
Well, we'll go talk it over, Mr. Audley.
I proved to them I was all right. I proved to them I was fine. You can't fool me. I've been there before.
Oh, that's good, Mr. Audley. You know your way around. The police are always interested in help from citizens, but sorting the useful information from the irrelevant often takes hundreds of man-hours of investigation. On the way back, Lieutenant King told me he had obtained mug shots of the principal suspect, Joe Erridge, from the Yonkers Police Department and had sent for the 3 witnesses in the case for a further interview. Detectives of the Homicide Squad and the 21st Squad had paired off and were now at work trying to locate the suspect. At the station house, I walked around behind the desk to sign the blotter.
How long do you think they'll keep the emergency chart in, Captain?
Well, until the trouble gets settled.
Thank you, Captain.
And did those promotions come through yet, Sergeant?
No, sir, not yet.
Well, I'm sorry.
You don't think they'll hold them up because of the emergency, do you?
They might. You got any idea where you'll be attached if you're made?
No, sir, I haven't any idea. But in the Bronx someplace, I hope. If I could save 20 or 25 minutes traveling time each day, that'd be a help.
Hey, listen, where am I supposed to go?
What do you mean, where are you supposed to go?
My wife, she told me the detective called and said I was supposed to come down here. I was supposed to...
Mr. Bookham, you were a witness to a homicide last night. Why didn't you do the decent thing and sober up so you could help the detectives out this morning?
My dear sir, if I was like this then and I was sober now, how could I remember what happened when I was like this, huh? Would you answer me that?
Shall I call upstairs and have them come get him, Captain?
Come get me and take me where?
Don't lean on the desk. Can't you read the sign?
Read it? I can't even see it.
All right, I'll take him up, Sergeant.
Up, where's up? I keep asking you that question and I cannot get a satisfactory answer. I just simply cannot get a satisfactory answer.
Well, Mr. Bookham, that puts us both in the same boat. Neither can we. I took the witness through the back room and helped him negotiate the narrow and worn stairs to the second floor. Inside the office of the 21st Squad, I walked him straight to Lieutenant King's door.
Yes.
Captain Kennelly.
And friend. Captain Kennelly and friend.
Hello, Captain.
Well, here's your witness, man.
Good morning, Mr. Bookham.
Good morning, good morning. It's a wonderful morning.
It was, Mr. Bookham.
Well, what do, huh? Tell me what I have to do and I'll pitch right in. I'll just pitch right in.
I think you ought to go home and pitch right in bed.
Hey, I just got up.
Howard, Novak.
Yes, Lieutenant.
See that Mr. Bookham finds a comfortable place to wait until we need him. Go sit over there, Mr. Bookham.
Over here? This way, that way. Everybody's pushing it.
Well, it's too bad, man.
I've got Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter inside, Captain. I think they'll be helpful. You got time to come in?
Yeah, sure.
Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter, you remember Captain Kennelly from last night?
Yes, of course.
Good morning, Captain. Good morning.
Captain, I've told Mr. and Mrs. Tressiter that we have a suspect in mind in connection with what happened last night.
You've got him in mind or you've got him in jail.
So far, just in mind.
That's two different things.
I know. Well, I have a half dozen photographs here. I'd like you to look at them and see if you can identify the man who held up the restaurant and shot Mr. Vantella.
If you have his picture there, I'll identify him.
All right?
Richard,
Oh, Sarah.
you know what you said.
All right. Lieutenant, you remember that last night there was some question between Sarah and myself. I thought the man had a full head of hair, and she said he was balding.
Yes, I remember.
You remember too, Captain?
Yes, I remember. Well, after we got home, we had some discussion on the subject, and I came to the conclusion that Sarah was right. He was balding.
Well, we'll see about that. Now, Mr. Tressiter, I'm going to ask you to look through these pictures and see if you can identify the man. Would you please?
Yes. No, not this one. This is not at all like him. No. Well, this one has a full head of hair. That couldn't be him.
Well?
This one. As sure as I'm sitting here, this is the one. Richard.
We'll get to him. You're positive, Mrs. Tressiter?
I told you. I'm sure as I'm sitting here, yes.
All right, thank you. I have the pictures, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Tressiter, I'm going to shuffle these.
Yeah.
Richard, now don't make a fool out of me.
Mr. Tressiter, would you please look through these pictures and see if you can identify the man who shot Mr. Vantella?
Yeah.
There you are.
Well, it's not this one.
He wasn't even sure he got a good look.
Yes, I was. No.
Have you been in the police department very long, Captain?
Yes, ma'am. Quite a long time. No.
Do you enjoy your work?
This is him. This is the man.
Which one?
Let's see, Mr. Tressiter.
This one.
Thank you.
Well, I see we agree, Richard. At last, we agree on something.
I just picked out the man that did it, that's all.
Well, I thank you both. You've been very helpful.
Helpful? A murder's solved. It's all over.
Not quite, Mr. Tressiter. We've still got to find the man.
After the identification of the suspect's photograph by two witnesses, Lieutenant King assigned 4 additional detectives to the job of tracing Joe Erridge. He told me that with the help of Yonkers detectives, his men were checking on all the known friends and acquaintances of the suspect in that community just beyond the New York City limits. A few minutes later, I returned to the muster room. The teletype was clattering away. Both Sergeant Klein and Sergeant Collins were reading the communication as it found it out.
The promotions are coming through, Captain.
Oh? What'd they make?
5 captains and so far 6 lieutenants.
Calm down, you're in.
I'll believe it when I see it. Pope, that's a friend of mine. We were partners in the 10th for a while.
What do the orders say?
Code Signal 19. The following sergeants have been promoted to the rank of lieutenant. Are transferred and assigned as indicated to take effect immediately. All are instructed to report to the office of the chief clerk at 9 a.m. for the issuance of lieutenant's shields and swearing-in ceremonies. Collins?
I'll take it, sure.
He's like waiting for a baby.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Collins.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, you
Captain.
take your minute.
Sawyer. That's another friend of mine. He got what he wanted. The squad.
Did they get to you yet?
No, not yet. This is number 10 coming.
Oh, there you are. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Oh, thanks. Let's see what the job is.
Signed to 11th Division Headquarters. That's plain clothes work.
Oh, I don't know whether I wanted that.
You've got it, though.
Well, at least the job's near home.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Captain. I'm, sorry to leave this job. Really sorry.
The teletype machine continued to pound out promotions and went through a list of 23 patrolmen made sergeants. One patrolman from the 21st, Glass, was made and transferred to the 44th. As is customary, both men were relieved of their duties for the rest of the day in order to secure the uniforms and insignia of their new rank in time for the swearing-in ceremonies. Late that afternoon, Lieutenant King told me they had located a girlfriend of the homicide suspect and were questioning her in the hope of learning the whereabouts of Joe Eridge. She insisted she had not seen him, but she gave the detectives the name of another friend, a man. A man was found at his work in Long Island City. He admitted knowing Joe Eridge and told the detectives the suspect had recently taken a room on East 63rd Street in the 21st Precinct. Detectives located the house. It was 10 p.m., not 24 hours after the homicide, when I met Lieutenant King on the street nearby in response to a call from him for assistance from the patrol force. Hello, man.
Captain. Thanks for the men, Captain. We know this boy is in. The neighbors have heard him. I don't know what he's got up there. He lost a gun last night, but he might have another one. So we better get the street covered before we go up.
Yeah, sure.
Get set.
Okay.
I've got men around and back, and 2 went up to the roof of this building. They'll have the street covered. All right, let's go.
Okay, Lieutenant.
Captain.
Thanks.
Second floor front, Captain.
Klein got made a lieutenant.
Yes, sir, I heard.
I hate to lose him. He's a good man.
This is it.
Who is it?
Police officers, open up.
Get away from there.
Open up.
Get away. Get away.
Back. I'll kick it in.
Get away. Stay away from me.
There he goes. Out the fire escape.
Hold up there. Come on down, Joe.
Out on your right. There he goes. He's going up.
Come on down.
Stay away.
Get him, Matt.
You hit him. Come on. Yep. He's down, all right.
Joe?
What do you want? What do you want from me?
Where's that?
Where you hit, boy?
Inside. Right inside. What a deal. How'd I ever get in such a deal?
Sergeant Collins. Yes, sir. Bring in for an ambulance. Yes, sir.
Don't pay. Just don't pay.
Yeah, you're right. The only trouble is, you found it out a little late.
Twenty-first Precinct, Sergeant Collins. Who's missing? Is that your wife? What's your name? How do you spell that? I-N or A-N? Where is it you live? 502? What floor? How long has
And
she been
so it
gone?
goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
First Precinct, transcribed in New York. A factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Lawson Zerbe, Jack Orison, Edgar Staley, Bob Dryden, Joe DeSantis, and Barbara Weeks. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced by John Ives. Gaylord Avery speaking.
A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right, I'll tell you what you can do. You better come into the station house and talk to the detectives. Yes, sir. There's someone up there all night.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is my job. My job and the job of the 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my night tour. At 5:50 p.m., I walked out of my office into the muster room where Lieutenant Gorman was desk officer and Sergeant Burns was on telephone switchboard duty.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
You don't have to ring in to ask me that,
Captain?
We'll walk by there again. See if they're home now.
Well, I'll go on patrol now, Lieutenant.
These roofs ringing every time they want to take a deep breath.
Didn't you, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. I guess I did.
Sergeant, have sector car number 3 come by the house for the captain. Going on patrol.
Yes, sir, right away.
All right, step right up to the desk, mister.
CB, this is Sergeant Burns.
I'd like to get a little information.
Yes, sir.
Have 7...
Well, it's a long story. I'd just like to know what to do about it.
Do about what?
Well, about 6, 8 weeks ago, on the 26th of August to be exact, I came home from work. And my wife was in the living room and she had company. Another woman, a girl about 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who she was, and there were introductions all around. My wife said she was Mrs. Lois Heppel. Anyway, this Mrs. Heppel had a baby with her. Baby boy, about 9 months. His name is Richie, the baby.
722.
Well, so I sit there wondering when supper is going to go on the table and what this Mrs. Heppel is doing there.
722,
And then Cora, that's my wife, springs it on me.
37.
We're taking in a paying guest, the baby. That hits me between the eyes. But I'm polite about the whole thing. I take Cora into the kitchen. I ask her, what's this all about? Are you going nuts? But she gives me a long song and dance about how another lady she met in a delicatessen told her about Mrs. Heppel was looking for someplace to board the baby for a couple of months. Well, Cora's dying to have the kid in the house. She won't take no for an answer. So to make a long story short, we took in a baby.
Oh, what do you want us to do about it?
Well, I'm not asking you to do anything about it. All I'm asking for is a little information.
Did this Mrs. Heppel pay you anything?
That's just the point. And my wife made an agreement that we would board the baby for $12.50 a week. So when she left the kid with us, she gave us $37.50 to cover the first 3 weeks. She said she would either come by the house or send us the money before the 3 weeks was up.
Well, how much has she sent you since?
Nothing. Not one lousy cent. That's what I'm so burned up about. We got the kid. We haven't heard a word from her. Not a single word.
Oh, I see.
So what I'd like to know is, what am I supposed to do?
What's your name?
Me? Wigan, Harry Wigan.
21st Precinct.
How do you spell that? W-I-G-A-N.
Yeah, come by the station house. Captain's going on patrol.
All right, where do you live? 502 York Avenue. Are you the captain here?
Yes, that's right. I'm Captain Kennelly.
Well, I'm glad to know you. Look, is there something that can be done? Where do I go? Who do I see?
Well, might be something that can be done, Mr. Wigan. This child, or the mother, is not related to either you or your wife.
Related? I never seen either of them before in my life. I seen the woman just that once in my living room when I came home from work.
This woman, the mother...
Mrs. Heppel, Lois Heppel.
She agreed to pay you $12.50 a week to board the child?
Yeah, that's right, $12.50 a week. Oh, I told my wife, I told her, Cora, $12.50 a week to take in a kid is nothing today. Nothing. It'll cost more than that, just expenses out of the pocketbook. But she's got to have the kid. She's got to have him. I couldn't even reason with her.
How long have you been married?
16 years.
Any children of your own?
No children. Not that we didn't want any, her especially, but it was just one of those things, the way it worked out. There was no children.
What did this Mrs. Heppel tell your wife?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, why did she have to board the baby in a foster home?
Oh, well, she said that she had the chance of a pretty good job in one of those airplane factories out in Long Island. Said she wanted to take the job, but that she couldn't do that and take care of the kid, too. She wanted to take the job so she could save up some money.
Did she give you the address where she'd live out on the island?
She said she'd send it when she got settled.
Well, did she send it?
Yeah, just like she sent the $12.50 a week.
Did this Mrs. Heppel live with her husband?
I don't even know that she had one. I asked the people in the building where she was staying there. They never saw any husband around there.
Well, did she leave any forwarding address at the building?
Nothing. She just left.
And she owes you approximately 4 weeks' board?
Approximately, just about.
All right, Mr. Wigan. You and your wife bring the child into the station house. If what you told us can be substantiated,
Oh, it could be substantiated, all right.
Well, then the mother's guilty of abandonment. You make your complaint here, and we'll see that the child is taken care of. I'll be in my office, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Captain. Thanks a lot. Listen, Captain.
Yes?
All right. I just want you to know that I got nothing against the little fella. He's all right. But I just hate being made a chump out of. You know what I mean?
I understand, Mr. Wigan.
It's just a rotten, lousy thing for that mother to do, and I ain't going to be the sucker in the deal.
How does your wife feel about it?
Well, it don't make any difference how she feels about it. I'm the guy that's paying the bills. And I got enough to pay with $63.34 a week take-home pay without worrying about somebody else's obligation.
All right, Mr. Wigan. You and your wife come into the station house with the child. We'll get it all straightened out.
Yeah, well, I'll go home right now and get him.
Well, you can wait until tomorrow if the baby's asleep. You've had him this long. Another night won't make any difference.
To you, I know it don't make any difference, Captain. To me, it's plenty of difference.
A few minutes after Harry Wigan left the station house, sector car number 3 came by to take me on patrol of the precinct. I had the operator, Patrolman Mercado, drive me to a political rally on 76th Street where all the candidates for city council from the AD were speaking from the same platform. The crowd was not large, and the number of patrolmen assigned to the job was more than adequate. Before returning to the station house, we made a swing of the south end of the precinct by way of York Avenue, where we saw sector car number 1 parked at the curb. We stopped.
That must be it, Captain. 502. There's Eisman coming out.
Eisman.
Oh, hello, Captain.
What do we got?
Nothing much, sir. When we rang in, the sergeant told us to take a turn by here. Neighbor called in that a couple was scrapping, family fight. Neighbor thought he was beating her up.
Was he?
Oh, no, sir. I went up and talked to them. They weren't drinking. Nice enough couple. Said they were just having an argument. Calmed down by the time we got there. Something about their baby. I told them if they had to argue to keep it down low enough so the neighbors wouldn't have to call the cops.
What's the name of the couple?
Wigan, Captain. Mr. and Mrs. Harry Wigan.
What floor are they on?
Second floor front, Captain. But it's all settled. They've quieted down.
I know him. I want to talk to him.
Oh.
You're back on the job, Eisman.
Yes.
Mercado.
Yes, sir.
You wait down here.
Yes, sir.
The building was old but well kept. No one was in the hall. The other neighbors didn't know there was a disturbance, so they'd been coaxed behind their own doors by the patrolman on the job.
Yeah, who is it?
Captain Kennelly.
Who?
Captain Kennelly, 21st Precinct.
Oh. All right. Well, there's no trouble, Captain. Everything is fixed up. You didn't have to come.
I was just passing by.
Oh.
Is that Mrs. Wigan?
Yeah, that's Mrs. Wigan. Well, come in, Captain.
Thank you.
The first time. First time since we were married that we fought like that. Arguments, yeah, but not fights like this. Cora, Cora, this is Captain Kennelly, the captain I spoke to at the police station.
How do you do, Miss
How
Wagon?
do you do? I'm sorry. It was my fault. I screamed. It was me. Harry tried to keep me quiet.
Well, it's all over now.
He said you told him to bring me and the baby to the police station. Is that right?
If the baby's been abandoned.
Well, I'm taking care of him. I'm taking good care of him.
Cora, we've been through that. We've been through that time and time again till it's coming out of my ears.
It's the truth.
Captain, a cold can of beer? I got some in the icebox.
No, thanks.
We couldn't keep him here anyway.
How many times have I got to say it? I am not going to be the chump in this deal, not me.
So wake him up.
If he didn't wake up from what went on before, he won't wake up now.
Would you like to see him, Captain?
Cora.
He's such a fine boy.
Don't wake him, Miss
We
Wagon.
won't wake him. This way. You stay here, Harry.
Don't worry.
Ever see such a butterball? I love it. You don't know how I love it. How many children do you have, Captain?
3.
3? Ah. 3 is a nice family. Everybody except me. I always wondered why everybody except me.
Don't ask foolish questions.
Harry says we have to bring him to the police station tomorrow. What will you do?
Well, we'll try to find the mother, place charges of abandonment against her.
What about him, Richie?
The New York Foundling home. It's a very fine institution.
Oh, no.
Well, he's not your responsibility, Mrs. Wagon, if the mother abandoned
Just
him.
because the mother abandoned him, is that a reason for me to abandon him?
Cora, we've been through all that. We've been all through it so much the neighbors had to call in the police. Now, please.
Harry, give me some
The
light.
answer is, has been, and always will be no, no, and oh. That dame made a monkey out
I'm
of it.
not thinking of her. I'm thinking of him.
He's got nothing to do with it. She's not going to get away with it. That kid gets turned over tomorrow.
Now, folks, let's settle down.
It's settled down, and it's settled. Tomorrow, bright and early.
It was settled. The husband made the decision. The wife had apparently resigned herself to it. She sat down on the couch and stared down at the floor. I said goodnight to each of them and left. Downstairs on the street, Sergeant Collins' car had pulled up behind my own. Patrolman Mercado was standing on the sidewalk talking to the sergeant, explaining the nature of the trouble in the house. I joined them. Because it was a quiet night in the precinct, I decided to accompany Sergeant Collins on an inspection tour of cabarets. When I returned to the station house and walked up the front steps into the muster room, a wildly gesticulating man was standing in front of the desk, trying to make himself understood.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No comprendo. Hable despacio. Repítalo.
What's the trouble, Sergeant? That's what we're trying to find out, Captain. He just...
Ella me dijo, visitaremos mi
Yeah,
casa. Allí
all right.
tengo
All right, hold
aguardiente y
it.
comida. y todo.
Party.
Sí, está bien.
It's been a long time since high school Spanish, Captain.
Well, did you call upstairs to the detectives? Is Hernandez on the job tonight?
Yes, sir. He's working, but he's out on patrol. They're trying to locate him.
I think he's trying to tell me he was robbed. Look, ¿cómo se llama usted?
Protea. Fernando Organza Protea. Ella y su amigo lo cogieron todo.
Look, wait a
Él
minute.
tenía una
Just a
cuchilla y me
second.
robó.
Party. Hable más despacio.
Sí, sí.
Enséñame sus papeles.
Papeles, ahí
Yeah.
están.
You're not doing bad, Lieutenant.
Well, he's had a lot more practice than I have.
He is going to show you his wallet.
Yo soy marinero.
Yeah.
Mi barco está en Hoboken. Me robaron.
Hoboken.
Una muchacha.
Wait a minute.
un hombre que me decía-
Momento.
Sí, sí.
I think he's a merchant seaman. I think that's what this card says, anyhow. Look, ¿cuál es su nacionalidad?
Nacionalidad.
Yeah.
Sudamericano. Argentino.
He's from the Argentine.
Excuse me.
¿Cuál es su barco?
El barco se llama la Recalde.
Recalde.
Ask him if he's heard.
Oh, yes, sir. ¿Está usted herido?
Sí, señor, malamente.
Yeah, he is.
We'll keep him
Me
here.
dieron un golpe en el cuello. Me
Yeah.
dieron con un
All right,
palo. Me
hold it.
robaron mi dinero.
Party.
Hey, located Detective Hernandez. He's on his way anyhow.
Oh, brother, that's good.
¿Cómo recobre mi dinero?
Yeah,
¿Cómo
party.
quiera yo para-
Espere un momento. Look, detective, quiere hacerle algunas preguntas very soon.
Are you busy, Captain? Can I see a minute? Oh, hello, Mr.
Yo
Wagon.
quiero mi dinero.
Important, Captain. All right, Mr. Wagon.
Más que $100.
I'll be in my office, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. Al llegar a la
Come into my office, Mr. Wagon.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Well, what's the trouble, Mr. Wagon?
She's gone. My wife. She's gone and she took the kid with her.
When did she leave?
I don't know. I thought it was all settled. We were going to bring the kid in here tomorrow. I went to bed. You know, I got to get up early to go to work. Cora said she'd go sit in the living room a while.
And she left after you fell asleep?
Yeah, that's right. She just took the baby and she left.
Well, have you any idea where she went?
No, I don't have any idea at all.
When did you discover she was gone?
I don't know. I'm usually a sound sleeper, very sound, but I guess I just felt that something was wrong. I woke up and she wasn't in the bed. I went out into the living room and into the kid's room and she wasn't there.
Does she have any relatives she could have gone to?
That's the funny part of it. Not a soul. A sister in Boston. That's all the relatives she's got.
What about friends?
Well, it was so late, I didn't feel like calling anybody.
Is there anyone in the building she could have gone to?
I thought maybe she had done that at first. And then I looked in the closet. She took her winter coat and bundled up the baby with some heavy blankets we had there, so I figured that she wasn't going anyone in the building.
How about a hotel?
I don't think so. She didn't take any money.
Nothing?
Well, payday's tomorrow. She didn't have only a couple of dollars left. She left a couple of dollars right on the dresser. She took it out of her pocketbook and left it right on the dresser. Captain, I don't think she took a cent with her. Not a cent. That's what worries me.
You're positive she didn't go to her friends?
Can't be positive, but I don't think so.
Well, you ought to check some of your friends in the neighborhood.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that, Captain. I've been in enough trouble tonight. It's late already. They all got to get up early in the morning. I wouldn't want to wake any of them up.
Well, if she didn't have any money with her, Mr. Wagon, that's where you're going to find her, I think.
Look, Captain, don't you think I was right? I mean, why should we be chumps and take on somebody else's obligations like that? I can see that she likes the kid. She loves him. I like him, too. But her mother made a sucker out of us. She just played it for chumps. She knew she wasn't coming back when she left the kid. I just don't go for that kind of deal.
Your wife seemed happy enough with it.
Well, there's got to be somebody in the family that looks out for your rights. There's got to be somebody that sees you don't get stepped on. Listen, Captain, I'm worried to death. What can I do?
If you don't want to contact your friends tonight, the only thing you can do is wait until morning.
Well, that seems like an awful long time, Captain. An awful long time.
Mr. Wagon finally took my suggestion and went home to bed. In the meantime, we notified CB and the Missing Persons Bureau. An alarm was put out over the teletype to every precinct in the city of New York, giving a description of Cora Wagon and of the child. As patrolmen on post and in the sector cars in the 21st rang in, the sergeant on TS gave each of them the description and told them to be on the lookout for the woman and the child. Not long afterwards, Sector Car number 3 responded to a radio call to meet the subway station agent in the 68th Street station of the Lexington Avenue local.
There he is. In the booth. You call the precinct?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'll be right out.
What's the trouble?
Over here. 2 passengers called her to my attention. Go on through. I've been watching her.
Thanks.
As far as I know, she's been sitting there a couple of hours. Over there, on the bench. The woman with the baby. She's just been sitting there.
Yeah. Okay. You can go on back if you want. We'll handle it.
Oh, good. Thanks. Seems awful funny.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
What was the name of the woman in that alarm? The one with the baby?
Wagon?
Yeah, Wagon.
Well, that could be her.
Excuse me, lady.
He's asleep. He woke up when an express passed a little while ago. I had a hard time getting him to go back.
It's kind of late to be out with a baby, isn't it?
He's all right. I take good care of him. If this train doesn't wake him up again, they make an awful lot of noise.
Oh, this isn't a nursery. It's a subway station.
Guess it's not their fault.
Are you Mrs. Wagon?
What?
Are you Mrs. Wagon?
I still didn't hear you.
I asked you if you were Mrs. Wagon.
Yes, I'm Mrs. Wagon.
We've been looking for you.
Oh, I guess Harry woke up and saw I was gone.
I guess he did.
I don't want to give Richie up. I can't give him up. I've wanted him so long. You've no idea how long.
We'd better go into the station house and talk about it, Mrs. Wagon.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah, we'd better.
I'm not going to give him up. Look, he even smiles when he sleeps. You've never seen such a happy baby. He's so happy.
Yeah, I guess he is.
He won't be happy if they take him away from me. Nobody will be happy. Nobody.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Wagon.
What? Everything's so funny. He's hers and she doesn't want him. I want him and I can't have him. So funny.
The two officers took Mrs. Wagon and the child upstairs to their car and drove them to the 21st. I had just returned from my tour of the division with the deputy police commissioner. I asked Mrs. Wagon to wait in my office. Then I instructed the desk officer to notify Mr. Wagon that his wife was at the station house. After a few minutes, I walked toward my office. Through the open door, I could see her holding the sleeping child tightly in her arms. She looked down at him fondly.
Oh. Is Harry coming?
I sent an officer around to tell him you were here.
Oh. I think he really likes Richie. I don't understand him. I'll be out or in the kitchen or someplace, and I'll come in and find him playing with the baby, and he jumps away. Like he was caught stealing something. I don't understand him.
He told me the mother is making a sucker out of him.
Yes, he told me that, too, but maybe it's not her fault. I don't see how anybody could help caring about Richie. Maybe she's sick or something. That could happen, couldn't it? Couldn't that be why she didn't send the money?
Well, we'll find out. The detectives will start checking into it.
Do they have to take him away from me? Can I keep him till they find out something?
According to the law, Mrs. Wagon, when a parent has agreed to pay for a child in a foster home and goes away without leaving an ascertainable address or continuing to arrange for board, the child is considered abandoned.
I haven't abandoned him. I want him.
Yes, but you see, he's not yours. It's up to the Department of Welfare to provide shelter for him.
Can I keep him? Is there any way?
Well, there probably is. You can get your husband to agree to seek adoption.
Harry? Not the way Harry feels. He wouldn't agree to anything.
He likes the boy. You said that yourself. And he told me he did.
Yes, I know, but he's so sore at Mrs. Heppel. He's so sore he takes it out on Richie and on me. She's... Oh, excuse me, I thought he was stirring. Look, like a log. He's really a good baby and so happy.
Yeah. Babies usually are if the person taking care of them is happy doing it.
Yes, I know. I'm happy. I've been married all these years, and I've never been so happy. That's what I think may be the matter with Harry is. I think he's jealous. Imagine. Jealous of a little thing like this.
Come in. Oh, come in, Mr. Wagon.
Thanks. Should I close the door?
Yes, please. Hello, Cora.
Harry?
Why did you have to run off like that, Cora? You scared me half to death. Half to death.
I'm sorry, Harry.
Sorry, you should be sorry.
You wake him.
You see, Captain, you see? That's all I get. You'll wake the baby. Don't play the television. Don't smoke my pipe. It's bad for him. We can't go to the movies. There's nobody to leave him with. Out of the $12.50 a week we didn't get, we have to pay for sitters,
Harry.
too. My age, I gotta have an infant around. At my age, I don't need it. All I need is peace and quiet. Nobody thinks of me anymore.
All right, Harry. I'm going to give him back. The welfare department does something with them. You'll have your peace and quiet. You want to take him now, Captain?
Well, it's late, Mrs. Wagon. Why don't you go home with him? You have all his things there. We'll make arrangements in the morning.
No, I can't take him home. I want to leave him right here, right now. I can do that, can't I?
Well, I'll have to get a policewoman up here to take him to the New York Foundling home.
Now, look, Cora, don't be stubborn. We have to lose the whole night's sleep. Got to be at work at 8 o'clock. Let's go home. You can get the whole thing straightened out tomorrow.
I'm not taking this baby in my house again. Not unless I take him there to stay. I'm not. Now, you got your way, didn't you? What else do you want from me? You could at least try to make it a little easy on me. Hank, I'm ashamed of you. You don't know what you put me through. You don't realize how much I love you to do this for you.
Cora, honey, cut it out.
I won't cut it out. You haven't got a brain in your head, not one brain.
Yeah, I guess maybe I haven't. Captain, I guess I'm a louse.
Are you?
Yeah, I know I am. I want to admit to you right here and now that Mrs. Heppel has sent me $12.50 every week to the place where I work, every week.
Is that so?
Harry. You're not kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. The baby's paid up today, paid up.
What did you do with the money?
Well, I got to admit it, Cora. I got to admit I spend every last cent. Playing the ponies. Every last cent. But she's been right on a button every Monday morning in the mail with a $12.50. In cash, it came in a plain envelope.
From where was it postmarked?
Postmark? What do you mean postmark?
Well, where were they mailed from?
Oh, from all over. She's been traveling.
Can we keep him now, Captain? Can we?
Well, if the board bill is paid up under the law, the baby hasn't been abandoned.
Wonderful, Harry. Just what? You spent that money on the horses?
Well, yeah.
Well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. The baby's money on the horses.
Cora.
You never heard from the mother, did you?
How you gonna win, Captain? You just can't win.
Well, at least one thing. In a marriage, you can't do any worse than come in second. Go on. Catch up with her.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. What do you mean you were robbed? Oh, broke into your apartment. Well, where is this?
And so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly. Featured in tonight's cast were Wendell Holmes, Ralph Camargo, George Petrie, Juano Hernandez, Bill Lipton, Randall Kramer, and Elspeth Eric. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.